thought this would be a good time to give you some tips and tricks on using the ColorGlide, and I'm going to call it part of the troubleshooting section. Now, every once in a while, you're going to be filling some paint out of a can, and the pump's going to stop working. Typically, what has happened is you've picked up a chunk of paint that was in the original paint can, and it's got caught somewhere in here. Most likely, it's in the pumping area right here, and not actually in the straw. So this is probably the messiest part of ColorGlide. If this happens, you can usually always avoid this if you mix the paint really, really well, and don't try to use the base of the pump at the very, very bottom of your paint can, because that's usually where the chunks will form. Sometimes they'll form around the edges if your paint can wasn't sealed very, very tightly. So here's what you need to do. Hopefully you have a paper towel around. Simply lay the pump on a paper towel and fold it so it doesn't drip anywhere, and take it to a sink. You can run some water on the outside, and the handy little fix-it tool is just a simple paper clip. Now, I've got some large paper clips laying around, and most everybody has just some small ones. So what you're going to do is you're going to remove the straw by squeezing it in the paper towel. And what you're going to do is, running it under the water, you're going to take this paper clip and you're going to insert it in here, and you're going to find that obstruction, and you're going to work that obstruction right out, and typically you'll see the glob come right out. Like there's like a little example of a glob that was in there. Then what you can do is that you can also take the straw and just run it under some water to make sure the obstruction wasn't in there. Once you have that, you can shake it out in the sink. Make sure you rinse all the paint down in the sink. Water-based paints only down the sink. No oil-based, because that's not good for the environment. Then you're going to simply put the straw right back on to where it came from, and then go back to your paint can, and hopefully don't put your straw back to the bottom or gather up any more chunks. And that's it for the troubleshooting. That's about the only thing that can go wrong. So then you can take the paper towel and simply dispose it in the trash. So that's troubleshooting.